Good morning. So I hope you can hear me okay. Starting a little bit later this morning as I had to deal with some stuff. We're all dealing with some stuff. I have to, and ashamed in a way to admit, I was completely duped by a phone company and gave them my details, thinking that they were the business division of my own phone company. In fact, that's how we're calling from the business part of your, and then my phone company was how they actually introduced themselves. So I feel as though they've tricked me into turning over my details. And the night that it went to transfer over, like in a matter of 3 days, I think it was, I rang my company up, my phone company, to check, because little things they'd said hadn't quite added up. And it turned out they were a partner of them, which is why they had access to all my details, knew exactly how to swap me over. It would have been a better deal. So some might say, well, why did you not just go with the deal? Because if they're going to be that sneaky, what other things are they going to lie about? And in fact, they'd said to me when I was like, oh no, I've cancelled my company, said, no, cancel it. It's not, you'll be paying more money. And she said, oh, that's O2 Consumer. They'll say absolutely anything to keep you, which is exactly what they obviously have done. They've made out that they are O2 Business. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. At least it's just in here. So I'm really not happy. O2 have been brilliant, by the way. They cancelled it that night straight away when I realised that though they wasn't a partner. And however, now they've tried to take I woke up last night and I noticed on my bill they tried to take back £2,000 out of my account. Basically, all of the money, as if I had been with them for the whole 36 months, which is not legal. I've complained, I've informed my bank, and I'm going to be speaking to the fraud department to deal with the police, because in actual fact, all the way through, which I suppose they don't record their things if they're doing it naughtily, because it would be on their phone conversations that when I've said in each of them, no, I'm not moving from O2, I'm happy with O2. There was one point, and that was what made me think, what, hang on a minute. And I even said that to them afterwards. I was thinking, why would you be asking me that if you're O2? And that's what made me ring O2. Anyway, enough of my feeling like I've been duped. So when we feel hurt and angry, which I have been feeling about the whole situation, excuse me, we want to get rid of anger, the emotions. In fact, it can make us feel coldy and have that reaction. Let's actually start with a little bit of that this morning. Start with some. So I'm feeling bunged up. So today, I thought we'd just do some more of these. So like with the facial, I want some points on the face. So starting here with the nose to release. We'll do some purging. So this is great if you feel, or if you have allergens, just circling the nose back and forth, bringing the nails up and going round the face 6 times. And then we do it now, but we're going to look up and do this one. You can see there's a little bone there, rubbing. Close the eyes and look up. Coming to the temples, we're going to circulate 6 times around this way, catching that bone. coming to your temples, massaging. So these are also great if you have headache. Something to get off my chest is the energetic expressions with coughing. I've just realised I didn't write down the next chapter for you guys. So we're the outcast. So we're going to start with our affirmations in a moment. Once we've got the body into its, tapped into our body's emotional intelligence. So those that are viewing this for the first time, sorry, apologies for the personal shock and awe that I had, that I woke up to, which is why I was slightly later because I was writing emails. So what we're doing here is we're loosening up. I'm loosening up with thinking the lungs, any stagnant chi. And go down the arm. Lingering at the inner elbow. Shake that out. I haven't actually started the routine yet. I was just moaning about the fact that company tried to take £2,000 out of my account. The gall of it. There's a rolling and releasing. Needed to do some releasing. And I had to write the emails this morning before when I first woke up. I dealt with that. Just rolling. But it's good to have and be back live. Took me a while, so I'm doing like the first things when first woken. I do this actually as I sit up first thing. These to stretch out my neck, my shoulders, and rolling. I'm trying to whiz through them a little bit before we start our winter routine. And tipping the head forward. And back. And just sitting for a second with the breath. We'll stand in a moment with it, but just as you've just joined us, you have to excuse the boxes as well to my right when we start with the standing poses, as I have 6 boxes of stuff to go. I've been clearing on a big scale, so it's all to be put online or to go to charity. So with that, let's come to standing. Excuse me with the coughing. I might have to tip you this way actually, see if I can, so you can't see the boxes. Hopefully you can just see me instead. So it's rolling the shoulders, extending further from where we were sitting. So we're bringing some movement basically into the upper body. And as I was saying yesterday, if you've watched the recording or heard, this time of year it is hard. You're tempted to want to hit the snooze button because it's dark outside. so the body's going, hang on a minute, it's night time. I don't want to get up when it's dark outside. You're going against, we have things like artificial light, so it's like confusing to the brain. So we have to reset that pattern, that sort of energy for the body. We have to help the body to say, like, we want to give some like of a kickstart because it doesn't get the natural kickstart from the light. So we're going to put our hands together. We're going to do some self-care whilst we're here. Push against the fingers to create some tension. Breathe in and release. So I want you to just focus inward. We're more reflective in the winter. I even got the wolf card yesterday. It's go within, which is what this time is going to be cultivated for. So I am going to be a little bit more quiet around through these routines in the winter, hopefully. She says, you're still talking, Teresa. So just breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Smile, like we do when we're doing inner smile, but smile. The hands over the heart, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And allow the mind to come to stillness. Release the tension and just hold normally the hands together. And think about what you're grateful for. And whilst you're in this position, I will read through our I ams, which we didn't do yesterday. So from here, bring your hands down over your lower dantian into inner smile and just smile and feel these words washing over you while you start your internal love engine. I am a free spirit. I am imaginative. You can repeat them in your mind if you wish, if it resonates. I am powerful. I am successful. Just make a mental note of any that you feel resistance and you lean back with. I am authentic. I am spiritual. I am love. I am inspiring. I am an alchemist. I am wealthy and generous. I am creative. I am a pioneer. I am a visionary. I am flexible and passionate. I am intuitive and psychic and inquisitive. I am the avatar. Just breathe, cultivating that inner smile, that awareness of that I am presence. Standing in your power, bring your hands to your hips. And feel, tune to the body. This is our fire area. So start to circulate around this area just to become aware of this area. So if you're just lovingly patting the stomach and the whole of the lower intestines and all of the internal organs, and send them some love and some thanks for all of that they do for the day, for tell them that you're going to give them food. And with the dominant hand first, the opposite over the top. Take a breath from here and bring the hands out. Excuse me. In this time, we want the fire. We want the fire because what we're working with during the winter months is water, and the energy of water, we need it to flow. We don't want it to be frozen like ice. So we're using the fire to melt that ice, the cold, to keep the heat in the body so that we are warmed up for one, and we don't pull any muscles. So we cultivate that fire completely. So hands back over the stomach and breathe, and think about the crystal that we cultivated in class. And because we'll be standing for pretty much a nice little relaxed bend, which I naturally went into but forgot to mention for those that don't have viewing this for the first time. So feel a nice straight spine. Elongate that spine and become aware of your posture. Where are your shoulders? Are they relaxed and down? Are the knees bent? Are the hips nicely balanced? Slightly tipped forward. Dominant hand on the stomach with the other less dominant hand over the top. Eyes closed. Nice straight head. Now, quiet time. Breathe. So hold the posture, hold the breath in and out in that flow state. Bring the hands down to the side and feel the difference. That there's a gunk on my chest that I need to clear is what I can feel. But how about you? What can you feel? So again, in the winter we're working with the kidneys and the gallbladder, the bladder, which supports the kidneys. So we're going to bring our hands up, bringing them round to the back. Yeah, give them a nice little, again, like we did with the stomach, saying thank you for all you do, for helping me purge. And then just hold them into kidney breathing. So again, same posture, but this time you're pushing the shoulders blades together. You're activating the meridian points and pressure points in the back at the same time. Bending the knees slightly and breathe. So feel that breath going in and out. Feeling the lungs, emptying the lungs. Now, we're going to work with a purging breath. So bring the hands down to the side for a moment. So very much like where we used to do the T with the twist, with the spinal rotations, we're going to do this same, but with our hands. Bringing the hands up in front of our face, and then bringing them down, and then flipping them up. And you move this movement, stay here if you have any lower blood pressure. Hands come on the face, feel like you're clearing the head and lifting. And exhale out when you're down. Inhale when you're up. So you need to be firm in your feet. So you've got a nice stance, strong leg muscles. The legs are doing the work. if you've obviously got issues, you keep that nice and slow. If you have any issues with, for example, if you try to do breath of fire and you feel lightheaded, because we're bringing all the blood to so you'll get a head rush otherwise. So coming to a stop, hold the hands over the face. Breathing slowly, rotate them round as if you're clearing out the energy in the head. We're bringing that awareness, so we're getting rid of the lethargy that we might have felt, like we don't want to get up or we kind of want to hit the snooze. This is waking us up, bringing in the chi, energy, and at the same time starting to purge out any that's not needed. Bringing them fingertips to the forehead. You can rest them, or you can't see them. You can rest them just on the cranial points. The hands go over the face. Just feel as though your head is clearing. Bringing the breath back to easy breath. Tempering down our fire. Holding. Bringing your hands down the face to your chest, to K27. So, your little points here go diagonally about a centimetre and gently start to peck where we were slapping. Needs to be. You can do this with gentle, relaxed wrists as well for the thymus bumps, or you can continue to peck whatever you're needed. Feel what's right for you. If it's a bit tender, you might want to do a little bit less. You want to linger there a little bit more. I'd like to linger a little bit more. If you feel that that's enough, and just hold the hands in front and feel the energy. Take a breath, and then we'll move back to the kidneys and give them a nice lock. So feel like an electric shock, as if you're giving yourself an electric shock when you do this. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And when you've done that 15 times, give them a nice rub. We work more with the yang energy with water in the winter. Take a breath, come down the back to the behind the knees. Give that a little rub to start with, and then start to give a slap there 15 times. Coming down, so we're activating the gallbladder. Come round and then come up the front, back round. Nice little rub to start with, and then come down again. And then round the feet and up the front. Rubbing the kidneys, and then electric shock. Coming down, rubbing behind the legs on the gallbladder points. circle. I'm just going to add, because I was going to say, I looked up this routine, I'm doing this routine, but I want to add me being me, add to it still. So I'm going to do the Wayne Cook here for a second. Might be better to come to a stand actually, because I just want us to do the point. So 3 fingers up, or 4 fingers up, just on the edge, on the inside of your leg. Give it a little massage. And then from here we'll work with our ears and the kidneys. So this is the gallbladder. So do that for a minute or so, and then same on the other side. So just up from the ankle, 3 to 4 fingers up, you feel around, feel it's a little bit tender on the side of that kind of tendency bone. I'm not sure what that bone's called. Give that a little massage. And coming up, take my earrings out, it's easier. Up to your head, get your hands like little scissors and just rub. Oh, hang on, no, before that, sorry. Massage the ears from the top down 3 times, and then make some scissors. And this is the kidneys. And just flick off the bottom, so your ears are connected to your kidney meridian. And then bring the hands through the dragon. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12. Come standing if you wish. Take a breath and feel. Feel a little bit invigorated. You can spend a little bit longer there if you want, especially in the evening if you've had a big meal. Massage here, or if you've been over Christmas time, little tip, do this Christmas evening and Boxing evening. Give a little bit of support to your kidneys and a little bit of this in the daytime when you've had those Christmas meals. So let's start with some shaking. And we're going to work with, so yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember what day it was. Yeah, it was yesterday, day 18. We did some humming in our day 18, the quick, and humming increases the, nitric oxide, dioxide, I think, if I'm getting that right. I had it written down but basically it helps support the blood. So, and the blood helps support all of our organs. So it's been found, I need to go through and find where, because I don't like to take anyone's word for it, but expression for the purposes of our ascension, and expressing sound in particular, is really good. So whilst you're shaking, if you feel called to, I'm going to hum. So tongue goes gently behind the teeth and expressing sound. You can do all of the Qigong sounds if you wish. With a hum. So you're expressing it through that nose, breathing in and humming out. Bringing the hands up, circling them, we do them different. Let's do it differently, she says. It just feels weird. And inhale and exhale with the inhale and exhale. in and like a big sigh. Now we're going to come into doing some movement. So we're going to move go sideways so you can see me, because I've got boxes this side of me as well. Just from side to side. Now, however far you go, if you could keep this as just a gentle lower back lean from side to side, you're still going to get that diagonal movement in the spine. So from the side, and you're getting some twists in and up and feeling the stretch here. But obviously, if you can go deeper, go deeper. And I want you to tune into thinking of water, your flow, and it flowing to you. Your fire, your desire is what keeps it from freezing, from becoming still and stuck in the same place. And move the shoulders, feeling into that, and then bringing in the hands in a figure of 8 as you come up slightly, and then move down. Keep the hands there, but keep the flow. Where is your flowing intention? Where is your focus? And then bringing them back to the knees, back to just the shoulder rolls. And then coming either to here, if you have issues, if you can, come all the way down. And just hang. You can use your tiptoes of your hands, the fingers, tiptoes, just on the tippy fingers, straightening the legs if you feel that stretch, stretching out those meridians as well as those fascias. You can slowly come up. Bringing the hands together, hold over the wrist. You want to stretch one way, grab the other wrist, stretch the other way. Take a deep breath in and then exhale that down. Through the legs, keeping the hands together, bring them into a triangle and coming down. Again, through the legs. Rolling, stretching our back, rolling up, opening up, arching back. So go slow, listen to your body. And then bring your legs to the top. Take a breath, take a pause, and arms slowly coming down to the sides, stepping in, again tune in, as I said, in the winter, because our muscles and our joints can be cooler, it's when we tend to, so I need to go over this just to make sure I covered, you can pull muscles. So it's really important to do what's right for you and not push and go easy on yourself and go slow. So we're going to do what I think they call it frog or toad or something like that. Turtle, that was it. But we're going to be stretching our shoulders. We've been doing this for a while anyway, but I'm just learning the names more. So back down with nice bent knees, follow down. So come to here if you have issues with your lower back, or here if you don't. I'm going to roll in and up and down. So we're gently moving and tipping the pelvis and rolling this part of the back. So if you've got lower back issues, thinking for later, one of our members, then you feel what you can do. And in law of increments, just movement for whatever's right for your movement. But if you don't have lower back issues, then rolling up, Coming down and bringing the breath with you. So I always like to think in terms of pushing up the back, pushing out the boobies, because it makes me push it in the right direction. Now this time coming up, coming all the way up. Take the hands up the sides, stepping slightly so your hip width apart if you're not already. Bringing your hands down, fingertip and thumb together over this area but not touching, and just gently circulating energy. And I want you to bring to mind the visualization of our crystals. And breathing in, what crystal can you see today? What crystal is activated in you? What energy? Coming to a stop. And breathing in, breathing out. Now we're going to go back to those rolls, but we're going to take our attention to the kidneys, which we're stretching, we're activating the door of life in a different way to the knocking. So from here, slide down. This time bring the elbows, if you can, onto, so you're lower. Now if you have issues, you can sit down and you can lean over like this with the hands together in this. This is the one, I think it's a different level of the turtle that we've been doing. So there's level 1, level 2 and level 3. Can't remember which one this is though. But for you, if that's enough, you can just push and feel the stretch here. But if you can stand, balance, feel that, and feel that in the kidneys behind as well. So you're pushing with the elbows, but you're pushing your knees in for your balance, and hold your hands together. That will help with the balance. And breathe. So I'm going to put my head, so my head and my spine are all aligned. And hold this pose. So what else is going on here? You're opening up the creation energy, in my opinion, is what we're connecting still to the earth. We're lowering, we're around the root energy. Push the knees up, come up, slowly up. Push the boobs out. Stretch and activate those meridians. Again, up the back, at the back. Coming down and forward. Back to here. And roll the head down. And again, up. Hands up the side. Then face down, coming down the central column. Hands go up the side. As you get to the shoulders, they start to come down the central column. Now feel into that energy. Breath in as you go up, breath out as you come down. As you come down this time, bringing the thumb and the forefinger together, creating that little circle, and circle round without touching this time the fire, your crystal. What do you feel? Just holding. What do you hear? Listen to your body. Feel the rise and fall of your breath. The legs are nice and strong. Balancing from back and forth. in slightly. And we're going to just work with some Sanzi, that slight of movement of Sanzi. So bringing the arms up as if you hug the tree. When you're up, your legs are straight. Breath in and then breath out as you bend the knees. Oh no, it's reverse. Bring down, opposite way. Bring them round and bend and straighten when the hands are at the stomach. That's right. Follow round, hug, bend knees, and then flow up. Breathe in as you come up and hug, bending the knees at the same time. Then exhale, bringing the hands to the stomach and straightening the legs. Breathe in. As I said, listen to the body, to your heart, to your breath. Now, check your stance. Next time your hands are here, straighten the legs and hold in Sanzu. Knees are slightly bent still. Hold. Feel your strength. Feel the fire, the tingling in your hands. This time, take it round. This is a bit that we do in reverse. Round. The way, opposite way to what we've done. Down to the stomach. And then, as if you've got a weight in your hands, come down with a straight back. So for those of you with issues with your back, just come to wherever. If that's here, that's fine. As we come back up, the hands tip forward. They go up with the breath, down with the exhale. And then bring them forward. Bend the knees, dip over and down, all the way down if you can. Inhaling up till you get to the chest. They rotate up and exhale down. Hug the tree, drop the weight. Breathing in, breathing out, lifting up, rotating. Exhaling, lifting round, bend the knees, arching over, down, lifting up, rotate around, lift around together, hug, bend, and feel in time with me, be in time with you. Feel the strength in your legs. Lifting energy from the earth to connect with the heaven. Feeling our own energy circling and connecting with the heart. Last time, come up. This time bringing the hands together and just gently pulsing. Imagine sparks flying to finger. Feel your ball for the day. What do you want to put into your chi ball? What is your intention for your day? Productivity. I want these boxes to be sorted for me. Now bring the backs of the hands together. We're going to flow like a fountain, lifting them up. And round, down, backs of the hands opposite each other. When you get to the chest, you open out, side, feeling like a fountain of water rising, kundalini rising. The movement of the water in your spine, the fluid going up like Archimedes' screw. Bring in the head and neck if you don't have any issues with your neck and shoulders. And flow. Remember, we are water. We're working with the water element. And I'd like to send out intention for the waters of our planet in my flow. And we dissolve away any poisons like the ones up in the north of England at the moment. Sending some healing intention for the waters within ourselves, of our bodies, and of the body of our planet. Giving thanks for the water in ourselves and the waters of our planet and our star system, as water actually does not originate on Earth. It comes from the stars. Billions of years ago, of course. Coming back to your intention, your bubble. And just hold in front of your lower dantian, your fire center. Feel the energy in your crystal. Your crystal is your focus, crystal focus that we use as a visual for that fire center. Take a step in to your just hip width apart. One hand comes to the belly button or just below, and the other fingers opposite, and just rise up one side, right and left brain hemispheres. Watch your hands, follow your hand as it comes down, as it goes up. Thumb comes down over the third eye, down the nose, over the upper lip, the chin, over the heart. Meeting the other hand, and we do the same on the other side. Following meridian points down the face. as you touch with the thumb, touch on what you want to tell yourself for today. Remind yourself, I am loved. I am divine. All is well in this now moment. I love you, body. Thank you, body. Notice any resistance if that feels uncomfortable. I'm willing to learn to love myself as source, as the divine does. And bringing the hands together, dominant hand first, the other one over the top. Come to standing, stepping. And as we started a little bit late with the recording of my shared experience, I want to personally add, and maybe you can add if there's any contrast happening anywhere in your life right now that needs some positive, loving attention going its way for a situation, to send healing. If you know the Reiki symbols, you can write the Reiki symbols. You can add them to the situation so that it will be resolved quickly. Bringing the hands together in prayer position on that focus, sending it to the bank, to the phone company, so that the right people can deal with the situation and you can resolve things, or they can resolve things quickly. So let's get my thing started where I was watching. So, coming back. Oh, what have I done? Still there? I knocked it. I'm just going to grab the card. As I did the free for the month, I'm just going to do one. And maybe one balance. And then we're still on record. I'll do that and then I'll come off and we can talk after. So let's connecting with my divine. Using these as a tool, what do we as a group need to know in this now moment? Alexa, can you turn off the alarm?
7:30 a.m. alarm stop on Grace's Echo Dot.
Still keeping with your breath. What do I need to get off my chest? Is it me? I keep coughing. Yes, I am. 2. She said, and that one. Okay, that one maybe is for me. This one is for you. So the first one I pulled is personal, but I will share. So the first card I pulled out is Mary Magdalene, Teacher Awakens. You have something important to share. And I was like, what do I have to get off my chest? I was coughing before I picked it up, and it says to follow the inner call and don't let anything stop you. So keep speaking my truths. Okay. Well, unfortunately, you can't shut me up because my higher self won't allow me to restrict myself. She says the flow is important right now. Anyway, that's on a personal note. So I'm trying to, as long as, that was the other thing, as long as it's not just coming out to people, but it's important because I was a little bit concerned when having to this morning write this email to say, look, I'm angry, I'm upset, I'm frustrated with the fact I feel you've misrepresented yourself. So I was very articulate in what I said, but I wasn't nasty about it. I was to the point. I made my anger be felt, but it wasn't directed at any one person. It was just at the situation, and that I wanted it resolved as quickly as possible. So she's saying you're not, when we and we just put that on someone, it's like we're attacking them with our things. It needs to be linked to the heart, from that heart and in intention. So that if for us on a personal note overall, so, but for the group, Holy Amethyst, hungry, Holy Amethyst, divine alchemy, move beyond current challenges. Yes, let it go, Teresa, let it go. Focus on what you desire. I desire resolved swiftly sorted out and everything to be okay. What have you all got going on right now that you want to have resolved quickly? As I said, we can use that intention, use that time, so that can be different for different situations, regarding whatever it is you're thinking of when that comes to mind. What challenges you right now? So to give you some personal examples, I have these 6 boxes that I would like cleared and online. Now that's going to take most of today, but I'd really love for that to be set online, so I know there's already one thing is sold, and it takes a while, but then it's done and it's organized, and it can gradually go down, and as it goes down, that's kind of feels like it's clearing, it's lifting and feeling lighter, because I have an attachment in a sense to these physical items. It feels as though it's a weight, so that lifts that off. And sometimes that's an example for me, the boxes, but it might be a situation, a concern, a worry of finances, for example, a worry about a loved one that may not be well, or even a situation that's been bothering you. Maybe it's a secret you've had to keep, and you no longer want to have to hold that to yourself. And again, if there is things like that, you might find that's when we find we have throat issues, and needs to bringing it up as you're missing on the thymus. I sound so wonderfully healthy, don't I? But what that means, if you're doing this and you're coughing, we're purging, we're clearing. And we are not just clearing for ourselves at the moment, especially those of us that do this, that are aware of energy, that have our own gift and a calling as a light worker, or identify with being light worker or light warrior or light beings or multidimensional beings, star seeds, all of those kind of, what's the word? Labels that we may give ourselves, regardless of the label that culturally we've been given or that we give ourselves. A lot of us are called to help, to heal others. Our compassion and our heart is open. And when we see an injustice or we see something happening, and I happened to catch the news for the first time in months last night, and my heart was activated at seeing there'd been some like mud stuff that's quite toxic in the north of the UK that's been drudged up, and it's having an effect on the sea life. So lots and lots of sea life is being washed up, having been killed. And so they hopefully, touch wood, I'm sending my intention, as I said, we can use that intention for that to be resolved quickly, for something. So when we're clearing, it's not just our own gunk that's coming up when we cough, it's the gunk of we kind of take an attachment to that in sending our attention to that, and then we're clearing it within us, almost like we alchemize it within our body, as our body is symbolic of not just every organ, like the hands symbolic or the feet in reflexology of the body of the world, but also of the globe, the body, and you can take that further as well, in extending that, I'm told, points within the galaxy as well, because we are multi-dimensional. So divine alchemy is about us doing that. It's about us alchemizing our body, alchemizing our thinking, our being, our doing. So seeing stuff like that, how I'm activated by it, to alchemize it within me, and at the same time I'm clearing out my process on a very 3D level of, or a little bit chesty. I'm also then clearing out, okay, there's that gunk in the water in the body of my territory, which, because it was quite concerning, they seem to be worrying they're going to dump it out it's going to then go into the European and go into the food, possibly into the food chains, which to me is like quite a serious accusation that they're saying. But these are things that normally I would go, my heart opens to the fact, just seeing those fishes and porpoises and things washing up, and thinking how that the heart in me, the compassion in me goes, no, we don't want this. That's such a waste. So then, rather than just allowing the emotion to take over and that frequency of that, I alchemize that. I'm okay, intention. I have no resistance to wanting the waters to be clear, for wanting that to be a better situation, to be directed better. So sending that intention. All right, hang on. Let me just pause the video. So I will leave you ladies with that, and I'm going to speak to my member, and I will see you again tomorrow, hopefully more on time, where I'm not got to write emails first thing. Love and blessings. Let's stop the recording.